Chapter 37. The Devil's Bargain. All right. Shrek's voice cracked like thin ice. All right, I'll give you the code. I tightened my grip on the grappling cable, feeling the servo motors in the winch strain against his weight. My forearm burned where the cable bit into my armor, and my throat still felt like someone had shoved gravel down it. Say it. 749 Charlie 6 Delta. The words tumbled out in a desperate rush. 749 Charlie 6 Delta. That's the master override. Input it at the main control terminal in the capacitor room. Selena pulled back from the edge. The damaged detonator still clutched in her hand. Her eyes found mine across the belfry, and I saw the same question reflected there that was burning through my own mind. Could we trust him? How do we know that's real? Selena called down to him. How do we know it won't trigger something worse? Shrek twisted on the cable, his expensive suit jacket riding up around his shoulders. Because I don't want to die, you idiots. That code stops the cascade. It's the emergency shutdown. Behind me, I heard boots pounding up the tower stairs. Gordon's voice echoed up the shaft. Crimson Claw. Status. We're clear. I shouted back, though my voice came out as little more than a hoarse rasp. Stay back. Shrek's in custody. Selena moved closer to me, keeping her voice low. Dick's still at the plant. He can input the code. But, Renee, her gaze swept over me, taking in the blood on my thigh, the way I was trembling with exhaustion. You used them again, didn't you? The Dream Angels. I couldn't lie to her. Not anymore. My throat. I couldn't breathe, couldn't. How many times total? Her hand found my shoulder, steadying me. 3. The admission felt like a confession. Once at the plaza with the explosives. Once to heal myself before coming up here. Once just now. She flinched. The reality warper who disappeared did it once. I know. The belfry seemed to tilt beneath me, though I couldn't tell if that was vertigo from the Dream Angel's cost or simple exhaustion. But if I hadn't, 749 Charlie 6 Delta, Shrek screamed up at us. Are you writing this down? Do you want me to spell it again? Selena pulled a compact comm unit from her belt, one of Bruce's designs. She keyed it open. Nightwing, this is Catwoman. You copy? Static crackled. Then Dick's voice came through, breathless and tense. Copy. I'm at the main terminal now. Bruce walked me through bypassing the first security lock. What's the situation? We have Shrek. He gave us a code. Selena's eyes never left mine. 749 Charlie 6 Delta. Claims it's the master override for the capacitor cascade. A pause. Then, claims he's not exactly a reliable source. I managed, my voice still raw. Another stretch of static. I could hear Bruce's voice in the background. Rapid-fire analysis. Then Dick came back on. Bruce says the format matches Shrek's other security protocols. The alphanumeric pattern is consistent with his documented systems. But he could have designed it that way deliberately, Selena finished, to make a fake code sound real. Exactly. Dick's voice was grim. Bruce is running probability matrices now, but we're looking at a coin flip. Either this code stops the overload, or it triggers something worse. There's no way to know without inputting it. I looked down at Shrek, still dangling 70 feet above the cobblestones. The man who'd killed Jack Napier's old identity, who'd turned the Penguins gang into his personal army, who'd tried to hold Gotham's entire electrical grid hostage. A man who'd spent his entire life calculating angles, measuring profit margins, finding ways to come out ahead. Would he really give us the real code? Or was this one final play, one last gambit to take us all down with him? 12 minutes. Shrek shrieked. You have 12 minutes to input that code, or the whole grid goes. Gordon appeared at the top of the stairs, his service weapon drawn. 3 uniformed officers flanked him, all with guns raised. They took in the scene. me holding Shrek by a cable, Selina with the detonator, the Joker's bleeding form, the Penguin unconscious near the bells. Jesus Christ, Gordon breathed, then snapping into command mode. Officer Chen, get a paramedic team up here now. And somebody get a crane or a ladder truck. We need to bring Shrek down safely. No time, I said, forcing myself to my feet. The world swayed, and Selina's hand shot out to steady me. Gordon, Shrek's capacitor array is set to overload in less than 12 minutes. We have a code that might stop it. Might. It's real. Shrek's voice had gone hoarse from screaming. I swear on my life it's real. Gordon's jaw worked. Your life isn't worth much to me right now, Shrek. Selina held up the damaged detonator. Commissioner, we need a decision. Dick's at the plant terminal. We can input the code, or we can try to manually shut down the capacitors without it. But if we're wrong, 6 city blocks. I finished. Gone. Gordon looked at me, really looked at me. I saw him register my unmasked face, saw the recognition flicker across his features. But he didn't say anything about it. Instead, he asked, "What does your gut tell you?" My gut, the same instinct that had kept me alive against Freddy Krueger when I was 8 years old. The same instinct that had made me put on this red suit in the first place. I looked at Shrek, suspended in the freezing air. A man who valued his own survival above everything else. A man who'd built an empire on calculating odds and hedging bets. He wants to live, I said slowly. More than anything, Max Shrek wants to live. And he knows if that plant goes up, this whole neighborhood goes with it, including him dangling here like bait. Selina's calm crackled. 10 minutes, Dick said. I need an answer. I met Selina's eyes, then Gordon's. Use the code. Renee, Selina started. Use it, I repeated. Shrek's a lot of things, but he's not suicidal. Selina lifted the comm. Nightwing, input the code. 749 Charlie 6 Delta. Dick's voice was steady, acknowledged. Inputting now. The seconds stretched like taffy. Gordon moved to the archway, directing his officers to secure the perimeter below. Selina stood beside me, her hand finding mine. Shrek hung in the wind, silent now, his fate literally suspended. Then Dick's voice burst through the comm, flooded with relief. It worked. The cascade is stopping. Capacitor temps are dropping across the board. I felt my knees buckle, and Selina caught me. It's okay, she whispered. It's over. But even as Gordon's officers began hauling Shrek back up to the belfry, even as paramedics rushed toward the Joker's still form, I felt the dream angels stirring in the back of my mind. 3 times. I'd used them 3 times. And somewhere reality was preparing to collect its debt.